ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Awkward Question Time. Please welcome your host, Alex Leam.
Hello, and welcome to the final Awkward Question Time of 2021 with me, Alex Leam, the show where we take a panel of comedians and we subject them to an hour's worth of awkward and stupid questions. Yeah, I'm on Bailey's, don't judge me. So not all the questions come from me. If you've got any questions you'd like for the panel, then stick them in the comments section. More cringe, the better, and answer along with us as we go along. And give us a share, retweet, or subscribe on YouTube. While you're at it, go and like my pages, my Facebook page at Alex Leam Stand Up. Follow me on Twitter at Alex Leam or search Alex Leam on YouTube and like the Awkward Question Time Facebook page while you're at it. If you're not watching live and you're watching the replay, let us know where and what time you're watching. I say that every week. No one ever does. I think one person did in 18 months of doing this show. But do join us live Sunday nights. I say Sunday nights. I've got no idea when this will happen again. I thought to myself a month back, I'll probably go monthly come January, but funny feeling come January, none of us will have a great deal to do, so it might stick to being weekly. We don't know. Are you watching us on a proper TV? If you are, DM a pic to either one of the social channels or to me directly. If you know us, take a random picture at any point. And if you're enjoying the show and you want to donate, then you can donate via paypal.me/Alex Leam and kofi.com/Alex Leam as well. All donations will be split amongst tonight's panel. And if you have a message, you can send a question anonymously via the show's Nokia 3310. Somebody is on the case already. All right. Yeah. And send a text to us on 07508 796619. It's 07508 796619. And if this is the last chance for me to do the 90s chat line inspired version of that number.
Come on, text Awkward Question Time. 07508 796619. 07508 796619.
What's not to love? Right, so I think that's everything. So let's get all of the panel on tonight. So please welcome Santa's little helper Dan Live, Professor John Benny Shakes, and Vic Slayton has made it.
Hello! Hey!
Excellent. So welcome everybody. Just text. Can we hear you? Okay, Vix. Okay. Are you doing the miming thing? Just one. No, you're not doing the miming thing. Okay, right. 2 words. Second one's off. I didn't know you were so good at charades, Benny. Amazing. Right. So a couple of viewer comments coming through. George Coppin is watching. I've just said someone's cat.
Yeah, it's mine.
It's yours. it's John's. George Coppin says hello.
Hello,
Ian,
George.
did you pick up the couple of questions I posted the other day? I'm thinking some more mid Baileys. Well, good for you. Good for you, Ian. I'm also. You inspired me to dig it out, so that's why I'm on it as well. He also goes to say, Vix is the only one who dresses more outrageously than Alex. So yeah. Hang on, did we hear laughter? Yes, we did. I think you've been rumbled. unless that was Dan's laugh. I don't know.
No.
So there we go.
I can hear Vix's clothes rustling.
Can you?
Hey!
Hello.
Hello.
I fixed it. I'm a genius.
You've sorted. We're all ready. We're ready to go. Because you were slightly worried that you were going to miss the start, but you just made it just in time.
Yes, I thought I had time to have a wee, but then I realised I had a play suit on. So my dress is not done up. I'll level with you. It's not.
Oh, okay. All right. So, but with that in mind, your troubles getting in inspires tonight's first question. What made Vix late? Wrong answers only.
All right. Yeah. Let's hear your version of events.
Yeah. So Dan, what do you think made Vix late?
She's a drug dealer, and the person that she was selling crack to didn't turn up on time.
I mean, that's just inconsiderate, isn't it? You've got to keep an appointment. Yeah.
Not true. No. Oh, okay.
It feels like the worst call my bluff ever.
I mean, yeah. If people
John.
weren't on time, I just leave. If I were to
Oh,
sell
right,
drugs,
okay.
just like nah. If you
Send
can't
the
be
heavies
able to
round.
be here when I'm
Yeah,
ready. Fuck
Couldn't
you.
have been more wrong. Right. Sorry.
John.
Well, Vix has got a Christmas job as one of Santa's helpers, and it's very intense work, intense shifts, and he's a bastard employer, so he wouldn't let her out early.
He has a worse record for workers' rights than Jeff Bezos.
Yes.
Yeah, as elves, we're not unionized. It's true. It's...
Yeah,
No.
I can vouch for that.
Benny.
Vic was late because she was doing a Christmas party for Boris Johnson.
Was that a Christmas party or a leaving party?
A leaving party.
I can neither confirm nor deny that.
And-
There was a party. I don't think I hosted it. I'm not sure.
And Mr. Blobby is in Parliament right now.
I can
Actually,
neither confirm nor deny that. I wasn't there. Was he the
Vix is
quizmaster?
actually-
We don't know. We don't know.
With everything else that's gone off this year, I don't know whether to sort of like take that as is he?
No, I think
I
he
don't
actually is.
Is he?
Mr. Blobby made a comeback to be in Panto, and then the Panto got cancelled. So,
Really?
yeah.
Because I know George's in Panto and he's got shut down because they found asbestos in the theatre.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Not
That's
David,
a that's a St
though.
Albans.
George to not do the same as everyone else.
Didn't they say originally that they had cancelled his panto because they found a substance? And I thought with George being there,
Yeah,
that could have been
true.
any substance.
Yeah, I sold it to him. He's very punctual.
I think the substance was growth hormone.
Oh,
I think Vix might be in charge of the investigation into all these parties.
it does sound like something I would do.
And you have to run a few of them to sort of test out just how familiar with this kind of entertainment the Downing Street staff are.
Yep. Investigating the parties that you're at. It's beyond parody, isn't it? The thick of it can never come back because they could never write anything more ridiculous than what's actually happened.
No, I think between Armando Iannucci and Charlie Brooker, everything that they've done that was satire came true between all the stuff on the thick of it and having sex with a pig.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll be on satire. We'll be on satire. Don't judge me, Dan, says George.
I'm only judging you, George, because you never fucking share.
He shares with me.
Oh,
George!
Oh.
George has got a special list. Are you on it, Alex?
No, I'm not. No, I'm now just thinking, would your lines be shorter for a dwarf crack addict?
Horizontal, not vertical.
Yes. Well, no, it's just you don't want to take a full dose because there's less of you, so it would you'd be sort of pinballing off the walls.
Is that true? Message in, guys.
I don't know. Yeah, George, let me know what your optimum drug to height ratio is.
George only
Let us
drink
know.
half pints as well. Where's this rationale going, Alex? No, we're good.
No, it's that's sort of my hallmark. Never does go anywhere good. I looked just summing up, by the way, earlier on tonight, where you said that the last time I saw Alex, this happened.
Well, it's true. That is exactly the last time I saw you.
Just explain what happened the last time we met, which was in Edinburgh.
So we're at Edinburgh Fringe, and I went to see a show, a nice compilation show, and I was quite late, so I thought, oh, I'll just sneak into the back. And when I got there, Alex was on stage, and I was very excited. I was like, oh, I've never seen Alex do stand-up before. This is brilliant. Alex turns to me and says, it's our first act. Full room of people, about 60 people. And I was like, oh, no. I'm not here to be on the bill. I'm not sure where the confusion is. I'm just here to watch. No acts had turned up. So the fact that I was capable of going on was enough to get me on the bill. But I'd fallen off the
got an
stage
injury.
and broken my foot.
Yeah.
So I'd taken, because it was 5 minutes before I was due to go on and do my show. My dad had flown all the way to Edinburgh to see it, so I couldn't cancel. So I had to go on. So I got the barman to give me a pint of wine before I went on. And I took 2 paracetamols and 2 ibuprofens. And so I was not in a good way. And I said no to Alex. And Alex went, I really would like you to. And so I did, and I didn't have any shoes on because I took my shoe off when my foot started to swell up and it didn't fit anymore. So I got a taxi down the Royal Mile to go to this show. That was my commitment to going to this show. So I had to limp onto the stage with no shoes on. And I said to Alex, how long have I got? And you said, until someone else turns up. So we taxied onto the weirdest gig of my life, and it turned out that there were 3 people in the front row that were from my area of Cardiff, where I'm from, and they loved everything I did, so it was great. So it worked out in the end, but it could have been harrowing, couldn't it? This could be a very different story.
That was the maddest gig ever, because
no one was there, and people just kept arriving just in time, didn't they? We're like,
yeah, because the man that run the show, he had to go home ill, but there was a full room. People still turned up for it. So I thought, shite, I'm the only one here. So I thought,
we must have been on about 20 minutes at that point because I was very late.
about half an hour. I'd got the entire room because the door was at the back. So I got the entire room to turn round whoever walked in and go, act or audience member.
It was quite stressful.
Which really shit up 3 people who were audience members just coming down like, so then thankfully after more acts then arrived, so we wrestled a decent gig out of it all. So hooray!
I was like,
hooray!
I was like about to start a new story, and I was like, and there's Andrew O'Neill, brilliant, bye.
Yes, thankfully, Andrew O'Neill has turned up. So George Coppin, I'm glad you didn't say I drink shorts. There we go.
Reasons to be cheerful.
Reasons to be cheerful. So to the viewers, both of them, keep your questions coming in. On to our next question. Have you got, or do you have any New Year's resolutions? So is there anything in mind that you want to improve upon for the next year? Or anything, really? Anything? Benny, we'll come to you first.
Why me? Probably just whatever. Stop smoking. Stop smoking. Yeah. So
Committed.
no, it won't work. But yeah.
Yeah.
Do you actually smoke, or
Yeah, I've started.
really easy one?
No, I used to vape, but lately I've started smoking again. So, yeah. But hey ho, move on.
Fortunately, most of us have got no sense of smell left from COVID, so it's a good time to
Yeah,
be a smoker.
that's true. So I smell like chocolate all the time.
I just got that about you, even before I knew you were a smoker. You just do look
looked
chocolatey.
very creepy, didn't it? Sorry.
No, it's actually.
He's into it.
Actually, now I'm drinking this. I can confirm that Benny does smell a lot like Bailey's. He's got like a creamy vanilla Jameson's sort of thing going on.
Delicious.
Tasty.
Yeah. What about you, Vix? Any New Year's resolutions?
The last one was to get over a fear of public speaking, and now I'm doing this and trying to make comedy my job. So that got really out of hand. Like, it's been 2 years of hard graft, so I can't recommend New Year's resolutions, to be honest. It's been a roller coaster. Maybe say no to more things rather than say yes to more things.
Yeah. Try something less demanding, like joining the mafia.
Yeah, just say no. Just say no. That's my New Year's resolution.
It's a hard one to sort of pinpoint. Like traditional ones, like travel more, hasn't been a thing, or people wanting to give stuff up because people actually want to take on more unhealthy things this last couple of years.
I mean, if there ever was a time to try drugs, it's now, isn't it?
Okay, I think you're onto something with your theory, Dan. She's trying to get me more sales.
Yeah.
Honestly, the first one's free. If you don't like it, don't buy any more.
Nick's at their client roster of dwarf crack addicts. Snow White! Yes! That's the first time I can ever play one of these to myself. Nearly 50 episodes later, finally. Bailey's, where have you been all my life? John?
Well, I've probably got two resolutions. One is to stop moaning about the fact that my running and swimming have both slowed down. And being nerdy and professorial, I can tell you they've both slowed down by 1/13 in the last few months. I don't know why, but they have.
How do you measure that?
It's something called time, Alex.
Never heard of it. I don't think it's going to catch on.
You professors and your fancy notions.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah. And I've just got to get over it. The fact is I'm getting old, and that's related to me second resolution, which is a peculiar one, which is I shouldn't be saying this in a public forum, but I intend to retire next autumn. I shouldn't say it because my employer might have another round of voluntary redundancies, in which case I could retire and get a better financial deal. So I didn't say that, but I do intend to retire. And I'm trying to persuade my wife, who's quite a lot younger than me and who's starting out in a new career, to trust me with cleaning the house once I'm retired. She wants to get.
What kind of racket are you running that you might not be allowed to clean your house? Tell me your secret.
Because she thinks I'm shit at it. and I think, and I'm very proud of my identity as a responsible house husband. So my resolution is to persuade her not to get professional cleaners in and let me do it. That's a strange one for you.
I feel like there's some kind of reverse psychology here.
There is.
Well,
I am a professor of psychology.
Right. I desperately want to clean the house. Is what you say, but what do you
if I just go back like this, you can see reverse psychology.
Wow!
Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's the second one of these. A visual pun. That's next level. Don't mean to alarm you, Benny, but I think you had a break in. There was a weird man behind you.
Yeah, no, he's come back in.
As he.
I'm surprised the chain is long enough to let him into that room, Benny.
We try and keep him upstairs as much as possible.
So that was Mark, who was on an online gig upstairs.
Yeah.
Clearly, it's riveting. So he felt the need to come down here. So let's go back to the viewer comments. So Ian Bowden is George Copper's just said, Vix, just don't turn up to Alex's Edinburgh gigs. In her defence, I wasn't billed, so it was really random.
I was.
Yeah.
I don't know how we ended up carrying that show, to be honest, but here we are.
It's what are some of the beautiful random moments of that festival? Ian Bowden. My resolution is to take a long enough shower to wake up and realise the last 2 years have been a dream. I'll be very happy with that. George Drugs, that's why they call me Cheeky. That's his dwarf character name, because for legal reasons they can't use the Disney names. So he's cheeky. George, can you let us know what the names of the other 6 that are in your panto? Ian, is that Mike?
It's got to be one of them. Lofty.
I think it's more funny for us to guess.
Yeah. Is that Mike next to Benny, or severely overused dildo?
It's my dildo for later.
Interesting that's what you've chosen to do with it. He's a giver.
When we plug stuff at the end, Benny's just going to talk about his OnlyFans. Yeah.
I have a resolution.
Go on.
I'm going to try and beat a gong show. That's mine. I've only had one attempt, and I came second to the lovely Vix. Do you remember that?
Sorry about that.
Frog and Bucket.
Yeah. It was so close. We did so well, but victory that it was so close. But I just want to do that once.
It wasn't
That's
that
all
close. I'm just saying, I fucking nailed it. I let you get away with it twice, and then I was like, no, not this time.
Ooh, it's a deep burn.
Yeah.
Get to use all of these tonight. Good.
No, it was a really good night. It was annoyingly high quality of an evening, to be honest.
Yeah.
What?
Traveled all that way.
I got carded off after 2 minutes 30 at Frog and Bucket. At Frog and Bucket with the same set that I won King Gong. So
very different audiences.
Just goes to show, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's so random. It's so random.
Because you didn't get cards, did you? At all?
I didn't get any cards.
I had one card.
See, so technically I won.
Marketing.
But I mean, the MC, I can't remember the MC's name, but he
Phil
was
Ellis.
telling. Yeah, that's it. He was telling people off for not using their cards because the audience were being very kind.
It was, yeah, I feel like they were like pretty much all of us were in the final,
Yeah.
apart from one person who was mean about David Bowie. They did like that. It's like, fine.
No,
I
no,
guess
few people got through.
I guess you haven't done the Gong Show in Teesside then.
No.
No, that's the only one I've done.
Tell us about the Teesside one, buddy.
Well, I went and I smashed it.
Yeah.
But a lot of people were heckling, "Get off your shit, get off." 400 people saying that. Yeah, not
Bloody
good.
hell.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
That was my comedy store experience.
oh,
That's when I won me 5 minutes at the comedy store, the geezer that found it run it. If he's about, he gives you feedback on your act. So he took me to one side and went, "Yeah, you very presentable, and you got a good stage presence. The only thing your act is lacking is jokes."
If you can judge anyone's act by a gong show, though, that's a
Can-
discipline. Like,
can I just butt in? Have you ever done the Vauxhall Gong Show? Now, Ian's talking about my dildo. They vote people off with dildos.
No.
And,
yeah, it's the
Yeah.
King Gong Dong.
and also, also, you get feedback from all three judges. I, as usual, got through. And the judges went, "What's up, Ben?" I'm like, "I wanted to see a dildo." So, I wanted to get voted up.
Is that the quality joke you did at the gong show, babe?
Somebody needs to tell Leanne Heastope about this.
Yes, I was just about to say that.
Yeah, because dildos feature quite heavily in her act. So I was going to say that would go down well, but no, we're opening the can of worms. Welcome to the Christmas special, ladies and gentlemen.
When you say they feature quite heavily, you mean it's quite weighty, isn't it? That one that she brings around with her.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. George has let us know the other dwarf names in his panto: Sarge, Sniffly, Loopy, Groover, Striker, and Jimmy. Jimmy.
Jimmy supposed to be?
I've got visions of somebody dressed up with like a ginger wig and a tartan cap. And am I in the ballpark there? Is it mildly racist? Yeah.
I was thinking tracksuit and cigar, but
whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh dear. Groover is Mark Bolan.
it's Sniffly got a Coke. habit, or a cold?
I've never seen him, honestly. He's not one of mine.
Striker likes a bit of S&M.
I like the fact that this is the second of the Christmas specials of this, and both of them have featured a reference to Jimmy Savile. How has that even happened? Oh dear. All right, George.
You're the problem, Alex.
Maybe I am. I just seem to attract chaos. It just gravitates around me. It's like I'm the planet Chaos. Right. I'll just get back to the comment. Oh, thank you, Ian. Wasn't Jimmy the short cranky? Yes. Yes. Played by Jimmy V. R2D2 is grumpy.
Oh, is it?
Okay. Ian has a couple of questions. Are you next door to your fridge, Migs?
Yeah, I was just
Amazing.
Fridge.
Now,
I was actually looking for Bailey's, but I couldn't find it. Yeah, just
that is a streaming setup. That yeah.
Oh, I like that fridge.
I like your D20.
Right. Whereas
Oh, yeah.
I'm next door to my Lakeland heated
Heated
area.
I'll start that. Yeah, that's right. I'm going to remodel. I'm going to have a cocktail bar just there for any shows they're doing the new year. Straight from the bottle as well. I like that. Why am I pissing about with the glass? Yeah,
it's just
the
the
season.
quite far away, and as we've discussed, my dress isn't properly on.
Fair enough. On to our next question. Actually, this fits in quite nicely when we're talking about the drink. When is the right time to start on the Christmas chocolates and booze, crisps, snacks, etc.? Because I mean, if you're buying early and like they're hanging around the house, they do tempt you a bit. But when is the date that is like, okay, it's Christmas now, let it flow? It's time.
Usually it's 1st of December for stuff, but it's whenever they start selling them in the shops.
Oh, so you're like a constant grazer of Christmas stuff.
So if they've got the goal to sell them in November, then I've got every right to eat them then.
Are you already on the cream eggs?
Well, I'll tell you what, this is all we've got left. These are well, I'll let you guess. What are these, Alex? Quality Street coconut. That's all that's left in the house. It's not even Christmas yet.
Yeah, my friends just gave me this, and that's all's left.
You got, yeah. Show me.
Are they the pink ones? The pink ones are my favourites.
Yeah, but I don't know what the pink ones are.
Fudge.
Yeah, fudge. Really?
Try it. He's eating it. He's going for it. Go on, Benny.
Going for it.
It's not a Tide Pod. He's going to enjoy it.
Probably.
Yeah. If Mark slipped you a roofie.
If I choke, it's your fault, Alex.
Okay.
I don't think you can take responsibility for that.
No, it's just knowing my track record with chaos. I don't think it's yeah. Okay, and Dan's.
It's not that bad.
It's yeah.
And Dan's overcome his fear of the coconut ones.
They're very chewy.
And they make you a bit giggly by the sounds of things. Yeah.
That was nice.
I'm happy now.
Good. Not cheeky.
Good.
Sniffly.
You're sniffly. I think sort of like a week before Christmas Day is that they. Oh God, no! Don't die.
Choking on coconut. Bits of coconut in my throat. I'm fine. I'm fine. Fine.
Are you fine now? Are you fine now, Dan?
Yeah.
Please don't die. It'd be great for ratings, but
yeah.
I know don't die now because this is the clip that's shown on the news.
Just put the bottle in.
Yeah, just put the bottle away. We're a serious show. Honest. I think the 18th of December is the official klaxon. That's when anything that you've been saving, because that's like 1 week before the 25th. so like 7 days beforehand, and that's fine. Which is my excuse. This is the time of year when most people sound like they've got a problem because they're putting dates and attributing that to when they can start drinking.
Yeah, if you drink every day, you don't need to worry about that.
Yeah. That's true.
Vix, what's your answer to this question, Vix?
Oh, 1st of December for sure. I think pretty much any time past bonfire night, you're into Christmas. It's loads of time into Christmas.
Everywhere has mince pies from September with like the use by date as November. So there is that. There is somebody that goes so far as to loving like the mulled wine spiced bleach that Sainsbury's has.
I would buy it if it was actually for sale. I think it's a PR thing. I don't think it's actually available to buy.
Damn.
Because I would buy
it. Was it sponsored by Donald Trump by any chance?
Oh,
he got it.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot. It's funny how you forget about him, and how you can even forget at the minute that there is a president.
Yes.
No, he's given us no trouble at all, but that's probably not good news either, is it?
No, it's more worrying that there's somebody who's just getting on with a job without kicking up a load of shit.
Yeah, he's biding his time.
Oh,
John, you're doing so well.
Rim shot. Denied.
Oh, I enjoyed that.
We can. John can write an appeal letter. Alex, what dwarf name would you give the others? Can't use dopey as that's you. Thanks, George. Thank you. So if we were dwarfs in an internet panto, what dwarf name do you think we would have?
Mine will have to be Spazzy.
Okay.
Spazzy the dwarf. I can. Do you know what? The UK pun-off got cancelled for less than this.
Am I allowed to laugh at this?
Yes, we are.
You're part of the cripple family. It is fine.
Yeah. Okay, so Benny will be Spazzy the dwarf.
So Spazzy.
Sorry. John, what about you?
I'd like to say brainy, but I think pedanty would probably be more accurate.
Okay. Dan.
Needy.
Oh. Someone need a hug.
Love me. A little hug.
Okay. Come on, let's do it. Let's do an online group hug. Come on, bring it in. There we go. They said it couldn't be done, but we're doing an online group. There we are. Is that better?
Oh, thanks, guys.
Is that better? Oh.
Yes, I feel loved now. Thank you.
It's for you.
Oh, you said needy. I thought you said knee deep.
No, needy. Like, I need attention and stuff.
Oh, look what George has said.
What must I? Really was generally the name for my character in my first panto.
You see, it's well known George and I are twins, and I think this proves it.
Nice. Ian ventures forth an opinion for your dwarf name. He's got glitzy or tipsy for Vix.
Yeah, fair play. Both of those true simultaneously at once. I was going to go boozy, but I like tipsy better. So let's go with
right.
that.
So we've got needy, pedanty, spazzy, tipsy, and what would mine be?
I think, weren't you dopey? That's what George said. I'm just quoting George.
He said I couldn't. He said I couldn't use. Yeah. Others can't use dopey. That's me. Yeah.
What about ropey?
Ropey.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah. I'll go with that. Yeah. Yes, ropey. That does sound. Yeah, that sounds like a nickname someone would have in Made in Chelsea. How many boxes of Vicks? Yeah, go on, John.
You could probably make a set of dwarf names out of that old song, couldn't you? Itsy bitsy teeny weeny yellow polka dot bikini.
You could.
Have you got a response for that, Alex?
Because Vix, according to Ian, Vix is glitzy or tipsy, so that's heading towards itsy bitsy teeny weeny yellow polka dot bikini, which is the sort of thing.
He said glitzy or tipsy. He says it's better than gropey.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Important as one girl on an all-male panel.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
No gropey.
Yes. Yeah. I've got to point out that wasn't the case. Alexandra had to pull out at the last moment, but her name will still be in the credits because I couldn't be asked to redo them. What
are we designating her gropey? What's the...
Yes. Yeah. She will be gropey.
Okay.
Which is not a Maroon 5 song. She will be gropey.
You didn't even have to explain it. I was with you straight away.
No. I just wanted to see if I could hit that note. Yeah. Right, on to our next question. Apt for a time when we might be doing a lot of online shopping. What was the last thing you bought online? For me, it was I've got like I buy the bulk pack of Wrigley's Extra because I chew a lot of gum, but I've got that on subscription from Amazon. So that was the last thing I bought. So it automatically just debits your card. So it's a bit cheaper, and you get like this pack of 30 10-piece packs of like Wrigley's Extra. So I get that every 2 weeks. So that was the last thing I bought. John, what about you?
It was this very day, and I shall have to speak quietly so my wife doesn't hear. It's let's lean in. She was away yesterday in Newcastle watching our daughter in a show called Santa Must Die, a sort of alternative panto. And while she was away, I wrapped her presents, and I realised there wasn't enough. So I went online today and bought a really posh, elegant but hard-wearing keyring. And I searched high and wide online and eventually found one that I thought would suit her taste and would be sufficiently robust so her keys don't fly everywhere, and thought, oh, this is good. And then I realised that it was from a shop about 400 yards from my house.
Okay, I'm just trying to get my head around glamorous and keyring.
I know.
We've not predicted that in a million years.
Perhaps elegant would be better. Elegant pendant on it,
Or an elegant pedant.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, indeed. Yeah.
Well, George said, I hope it wasn't St Albans Panto tickets. No, don't worry. A lot of refunds being dished out probably at the moment.
Is that the rival Panto to George's? Or...
No, that is George's.
That's the one that got cancelled.
Yeah, it's the one that got closed down. Yeah,
that's why he's here.
That's the one that got cancelled because of Sniffy.
Yeah.
Dan, last thing you bought online?
It was a 12-inch
Sorry.
plush toy for my 1-year-old niece.
Oh.
Great dramatic pause.
Yeah.
There. Great dramatic pause. Vix, what about you?
Loads and loads of green glitter to go with the dress that I wanted to wear to my last gig, but my last gig got cancelled, so...
Omicron!
Yeah.
Put it on your lawn instead.
I think poor sales, but they said Omicron, so it's fine.
Benny.
Both things can be true.
Mine was a electric toothbrush because I came all the way down here without my charger for my toothbrush, so I had to buy a new one.
Now, I don't know for everyone that has a YouTube channel, if you see like a live stream or what have you, seems to attract bots that leave random comments which are a link that take you to somewhere you shouldn't go to. Sophie Austin has just put var.tech.
Seems legit.
Yeah. Answer that one.
Follow it on your Nokia.
That's true. I did accidentally, because I've got on my desk. I mean, I work at this desk mainly. I do keep both phones in front of me, and I did try and scan a QR code with this the other day. that tells you how.
Come on.
It doesn't even have speakerphone, let alone a camera. So that's how.
I think that's the site with the instruction manual that Noah used.
I was going to say something very similar, John. Well done.
Sorry, mate.
You're almost.
That's right. You got there quicker. That's
yeah.
Good. Right. I'm going on to YouTube on my phone. I'm going to follow the link because I'm intrigued. So
I don't think you should.
No, that'll be all your details online.
I mean, mine are already online, so I could probably follow it.
We'll move swiftly on. We'll move swiftly on.
You blew it.
Yeah, Sophie, you had your chance.
With your suspicious link.
I got sent to room with guy making sausage rolls. Link, but mad. Well, that was almost a sentence, actually.
Yeah, 4 years, I'd say.
Yeah, keep at it. You'll master English. Who was the guy making sausage rolls on that link? I don't know. I'm not following it.
No,
I'm not following it.
No,
or you even.
Not as easy as it looks, is it, company?
The second one from Vixen.
Ooh, it's a deep burn.
Shots fired.
Ooh.
Yeah. Take that, partridge. Worst Christmas present you've bought for someone? Asks Ian Bowden.
I've got a really. I used to work for McDonald's, and we did a Secret Santa every year, and we had to spend $5, and 4 bottles of intimate feminine wash comes to a $5. Apparently.
And who did you have as your Secret Santa?
A lady called Natalie Smith.
Oh,
she
Natalie.
took it. She took it well.
Okay.
She said she went home. She's got 4 girls, and she went home and put them on the side because she said she's definitely going to use them and thank you and all that. And then she walked in, and her daughter was washing her hair with it, and she explained what it was for, and her daughter cried all night. So that was my Christmas gift to the Smith family.
Okay, fine. Probably my worst gift was quite a long time ago. Still, when the gadget shop was open, I bought for my older brother a 2.5 pint glass, and it was the worst gift because his wife re-gifted it to me 3 Christmases later.
Oh no!
And it hadn't been opened, and I knew it was the same one because the gadget shop had gone into administration in the intervening years and wasn't even open by that point. She hadn't even wiped the dust off the fucking thing.
Oh dear,
savage!
That was savage. That was savage. So who's not answered? I should be keeping track.
That happened to me actually. I bought my dad a secret geek box that you get from those websites where it's like, oh, it's got loads of comic book and nice things in, but you don't know what it is, like a mystery box. And he re-gifted 3 of the items back to my husband for Christmas. And we both had to sit there. And do you know the worst thing about it? He knows I know because he did a YouTube unboxing of that box. And I watched it because I'm a supportive daughter. So that was quite a savage situation. Yeah, I know. Terrible. He's a terrible man. And do you know what's more terrible? That his YouTube channel does better than mine. They have box Funko Pops and stuff, and it's a hit.
That wasn't like a shortened link that Sophie tried to drop, was it? No.
But I did a Secret Santa one year, and I got a really nice, classy gift for somebody, and someone got my boss Willy mustaches, and no one would believe that it wasn't me that had bought that gift. That is my brand, apparently. And I bought beautiful Hotel Chocolat chocolates for the accounts lady, but everybody still to this day believes I got the Willy wigs for my horrible boss. So yeah, I'm here to clear the records. I didn't. I got hotel chocolates for Ginny.
So there.
I mainly started comedy just to get that word out. Like one day I knew I'd have the opportunity to sort that out, to resolve that issue. Oh, Ian?
Apparently, Ian says, when I was a teen, my mother rejected a present I put thought into. So for the next 3 birthdays and Christmases, I just bought her TV license stamps.
Practical and stylish.
Yeah.
What's a TV license stamp? How does that? Is that like money towards a TV license?
Yeah,
the whole TV license.
I can remember. I remember once upon a time, you had like a collector's card, which had it was like £1 for a stamp, and then if you completed the card, that was your TV license.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, thank God for smartphones, because that's
direct debit. It just goes.
Yeah.
You might put line of duty. Thanks.
Me and Alex are showing our age. Yeah, all right.
I thought both of you looked too young for that kind of caper, but no, here we are.
I remember them. You've got nothing to worry about, you two. Jesus.
Has everyone talked about their worst gift? Yeah.
Don't think Benny has, or
I was going to say,
go on, Benny.
Benny's.
I don't think I've got one, so let's move on.
Well,
I love the way that you leant in and took a deep breath.
Yeah.
Like, well, this is going to be good. Yeah.
It looks like it was going to be good.
The only worst gift I've ever given is all my sister's boyfriends. I've gave them the end of the world watch with a compass, firelight, 2 meters of parish cords, and it just all went in the bin. And so I got it out and thought that'd do for my bug out bag. So yeah.
That sounds like a great gift. What a great gift.
I'd wear that. Where the hell are that?
While Benny was talking, George Coppin texted the Nokia just to put, "Ha! You're old." So he's filling in for what Kitty would normally do, because she traditionally sends me a text to this every week saying you're old. So thanks, George. I was missing that.
Alex, the text was addressed to the phone, not you.
Thank you. You can come on here again.
Well, you can't see what I'm doing below the picture, so I might be.
That made all of us sharply intake some air and not know if you're joking or not. So.
Just need to prove something.
Okay. On. Yep,
I've got shorts on. Yeah, I've got shorts.
Yeah,
on.
I guess that'll be the next question. Is everyone what's everyone wearing on their legs? So I'm sort of gone for this is the novelty Christmas suit jacket, but I'm wearing jeans. So I've gone. So I'm dressed like I'm ready to party like it's 2004. So yeah. So jacket and jeans.
Have you got shoes on?
Yeah, but I don't follow the trend. I actually am wearing socks.
Shoes.
George is now. Stone me that Bailey's is strong. George has clarified. No, it was definitely 100% towards Alex Leam. Thanks, George. I'm not happy. That's one of his favourite punchlines. All right, so John, did you talk about your gift?
No, but some years ago I was in a work thing in Spain, and my wife likes Spain, and she spent quite a lot of time there as a kid. She likes things Spanish, and I got what I thought was a beautiful lemon yellow, lightweight jacket, which I thought she would absolutely adore. And when she opened it, she adopted a fixed grin, which stayed on her face the rest of Christmas Day. It went into her wardrobe, and 17 years later, maybe 15 years later, it is still there and has never been worn.
And you've never brought it up. You're just moving it from home to home.
I've brought up the topic, Don't you like that? Oh, yes, it's all right, but there's always some
waiting for the right opportunity, keeping it for best.
She hates it. She hates it.
Well, Jack, if you've adopted
next marriage,
if you've adopted wearing female members of your family's clothes for online comedy panel shows, you know what you're wearing next time now, don't you?
Yeah, good point. I doubt if I could get it on. But
in fact, your jumper, it does look like it's kind of like an off-the-shoulder sort of jumper. If you tweak,
yes, look.
Oh my God, it's got cups. Yeah.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. It's my stepdaughter's Christmas jumper.
But what really sells it is because with your headphones in, it looks like you've got glasses on a chain.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't suppose you've got a wig handy, have you?
I'm sort of moving towards being a kind of camp Dumbledore.
And he was kind of camp.
He was
so
camp.
Yeah.
I was going to say. Good sense of drama.
She's probably waiting for Big Bird's funeral to wear it. Savage. Savage.
Ian.
Boom. I'm with him all the way actually, because I just think 2 or 3 Baileys and you're an hard case. Can you confirm which one that you're on, Ian? Because I know you've gone through the variations, like the cakey versions or the apple pie version. Is it classic Baileys that you're on? Let us know. George, Dan, you're looking very tall.
No, I'm not.
Fair enough. Ashley Partridge, redeeming himself from earlier with a well-constructed sentence. What's the worst thing to happen at your gigs? So we'll take that as any bad experience that has happened at any gig that we've ever been at.
Can I go first so that I can go to the loo?
Yes.
The worst thing that happened to me, I was off to the loo, and some of you know that I need to use a cubicle, and I walked in and 2 blokes were sniffing cocaine on the toilet seat.
Was it Sniffy and Brainy?
Jimmy.
Yeah, it was Sniffy. Yeah.
They had to go on each other's shoulders and take turns, but they got there.
I just need to check with George that I look short now.
Okay. I'm sure he'll come back to that. What about you, Dame Professor John? What's the worst thing that's happened to you?
When I was in 6th form, I did a sort of very amateur drag act called Dame Floral Arrangement. But I hear all sorts of horror stories which scare the shit out of me. But I've done them maybe 40, 45 gigs, and nothing really horrible has happened to me, or as far as I can see, to anyone else or to the gig. Sometimes not many people turn up. I'd say the worst experience for me was a gig I did last May. It was a sort of community thing, so I thought I'd better make this clean. We were told kids would be around, and it was in this long, cold marquee. It was May, but it was still dark and horrible weather, and turned out there weren't kids there, and people wanted really crude stuff. And the person on before me, Dawn Bailey, was brilliant and very crude and very funny. And I just died a death going on after her with nice, clean jokes, and it was excruciating. I think, but I got out alive. Nobody threw a bottle at me, so that's not really that bad. I suspect other people can report worse things than that.
Yeah, we shall see. We shall see. Vix, what about you?
I do a story about the worst. Well, in theory, the worst gig that I ever did, which was in Croydon. And I was telling that story at the successor to the worst gig I ever did. And it all felt really meta. So I was like, oh, yeah, it was a silence like you can chew. Imagine that. And I was like, but we don't have to imagine it. We've had 7 minutes of it together, haven't we? It was so bad. It was just so awful. I just thought I'm going to get through it. And that was like one of the only laughs that I had. And there was one table that really, they either liked me or felt sorry for me. And then they took it upon themselves to start shushing the rest of the room, which didn't do me any good. Like, on the whole, it was very sweet. It was a lovely gesture, but it did not make me any more popular than I was. But yeah, that was not my favourite. That was at the Rivoli Ballroom. Probably should change the name to protect the guilty, but no, naming names tonight. Mean. They were mean.
They're mean. They're mean. I've got a few that are vying for attention. Probably the worst sort of like audience interaction was one that I had recently at the Hairy Dog, when I went to a man in the front row who I'd say was early 40s, quite trim, well dressed, bald head but a beard, like a really well kept beard. I went, "Hello to you, sir. Good evening. Loving the daddy vibes that you're giving off tonight in the sexual context of him being a daddy." And he just went, "Nah, I'm not a daddy. I'm a Jaffa."
Oh.
Okay, that's revealing a lot. I just went, just for some context, reveal what Jaffa means to the rest of the audience. He went, "I'm seedless."
Where'd you go from there, Alex?
Where indeed I managed to get myself into a bit of a cul-de-sac with that. Probably equal to that was quite early on, when there was not many people. They were all quite pissed, and I constantly got heckled by a Scouser from nowhere. It wasn't even related to material. Kept going, "Mate, sing Rick Astley." What?
Why?
Come on, sing Rick Astley. Like, I'm not a singer. What are you? And he wouldn't stop until I sang it. So I ended up singing "We're No Strangers to Love," and he went, "Fucking brilliant." And it started clapping along. So I think you're amazed that you know the lyrics to that song when you're under pressure. So yeah, I thought, sod that, I'm off. So yes, I think they were the worst. Erica Lear, the Scouser wasn't me. I know it wasn't Erica. I know it wasn't. That was down in Bournemouth. That was many years ago. I bet comedy in Liverpool is the hardest place. No, I found it all right when I've done it there. The audience banter is of a high level, from what I found.
Yeah.
But Ian Bowden, my worst gig was when my car got set on fire. Worst heckle ever.
Yeah. Were you in it?
That would be worse. Yeah, that. In fact, yeah, that is his profile picture is his face when his car went up. Oh, see, red.
Heckle or crime?
Raging.
I ran a gig in my hometown of Chesterfield. Invited our lovely Greg Phillips along, who opened for me, because there was a couple of lads at a table that couldn't quite hear what we were up to because the PA system wouldn't carry across the pub. And during one of the breaks, I went over to the table and asked them to gently, be a bit quieter. I'm sorry that you can't hear the show like you wanted to. And one of them offered to knock me out. And then
it's like, would you like me to
punch you in the face?
Yeah.
And then Greg had a chat with them later on in the night, and the same thing happened to him. So it was like, yeah, that was a bit scary.
I love the offering. It kind of sounds like something from a butler.
Yeah, he said.
Would Sir care to be laid out?
Yeah, he said, we've come to see your comedy. We can't hear what the fuck you're doing. If you keep talking to me like that, I'm going to hit you upside the head. That's pretty much what he said. I was like, okay, I'll just leave you to your talking then.
So Liverpool's a doddle. It's Chesterfield that you got to worry about.
Okay, good to know. Avoid it. Avoid. Or wherever the car got set on fire. That's a pretty shitty place as well.
That is bad. That is bad. Benny, what were you saying?
No, nothing. I'm just saying when he said, "I'll hit you upside of your head," did you go into that song?
I did it internally. I did, yeah.
I love the fact that we're all doing the dance separately in different locations across the country. It feels like some sort of telethon.
Beautiful.
Yeah, or something they'd attempt on the One Show. Bring people together.
Penrith is in the corner. You know what's going on.
Get everyone doing oops upside your head online. Has everyone told a story? I'm quitting Bailey's now because it's having an effect on me like nothing else. It's
I think
who coughed.
Yeah. So in the background of my.
Oh, is it all right? Okay, I thought that was Mark again trying to upstage Benny. But no,
he's upstairs playing with his
self. It's like a relay race. Who could get there first?
We all had an answer for that.
Yeah, what is Mark doing upstairs?
What is Mark playing with?
Consider that. Stone, I've just seen what the time is. To end the show, we will end with a game of guess the Christmas cracker joke punchline. Okay. These jokes come from a recent article in the Telegraph called 50 of the best Christmas cracker jokes ever. Clearly very well researched. And I'm not joking when I say that I did pick the best out of the 50. So these are the best Christmas cracker jokes ever. So if you think you know the answer, shout out. Number one. Why does Santa have 3 gardens?
Anyone?
So he can have hose in every postcode?
Yes. Well, give me that so we can ho, ho, ho. Yeah.
Very good, Vix. Very good. Very good.
1 point of Vix. Next one. What happened to the man that stole an advent calendar?
He got 25 days.
Absolutely bang on. So far, it's 1 to Vix and 1 to Dan.
I just want to beat Vix for once.
This feels like Frog and Bucket again.
So close.
We'll let them fight it out, Benny. We could be quicker, but we'll let them do it.
Right, there'll be a clap off at the end.
Next one. What did Adam say to his wife the day before Christmas?
It's Christmas Eve.
Yes.
Hey! New horse in the race. Oh no.
Get your head in the game, Benny. Come on, you can do this. Yeah. Okay. So this one probably the most well known. So fingers on buzzers. What do you get if you eat Christmas decorations?
Tinselitis.
Yes. 2.
But I don't want that point because everyone knew that one.
Tough, you're having it.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and right, let's go. What do you call a reindeer that can't see?
No idea.
Yes. 2 all.
Oh yeah.
2 all. On to the final. One.
Come on, Benny. It's still time to get a point.
Come on, Benny.
Come on, Benny.
Final one. This could be the decider, and this one is a groaner. It's a real groaner. Okay. What do you call a bunch of chess players bragging about their games in a hotel lobby?
Chestnuts boasting in an open foyer.
It's a 3-way tie between Vix, Dan, and Professor John. Everyone's a winner apart from Benny and me.
That's fine. I'm a winner anyway.
That's all right. Benny's fine. He just aces every gong show he does ever.
Yeah.
So
See you with the Teesside gong, Benny. We'll see you with the Teesside gong.
I'm going to tell you in a minute. I'm a winner anyway. So, yeah.
I think Santa's little helper's got his own Christmas joke to tell us, hasn't he?
Oh yeah, I wrote a Christmas joke and I'm quite proud of it. So it's when I was a kid, I heard a rumor about Santa that if you go to bed early, he comes sooner. But that's a fucking lie. It takes him ages to jizz. And I stopped believing in Santa when I found out him and my dad were the same person.
Hey.
He still dresses up for me though.
And on that jolly festive note, yeah.
And that's why I don't win gong shows.
I was quite pleased with one that popped into my head about 6 weeks ago until I realised it's one of those ones that a lot of people have arrived at the same conclusion, and so other people have done it. It's in my house at Christmas, we don't decorate a tree; we decorate a heroin addict. But if you do it too early, all the needles fall out. Yeah, it's not. It turns out very much not original. Ian Bowden, those jokes made me feel like Gary Delaney. He means the cracker jokes, not ours. Ashley Partridge just thanked us for a brilliant show, even though we ripped the piss out of him. So
well done, Ashley.
Well done.
I like that.
Come back in the new year, Ashley, for some more abuse. We're cheaper than the dominatrix. Yeah. Do you know that? Do you know that's been patented by Google?
Has it?
Yeah.
Oh God, no.
Oh, we should probably stop then because they'll take us down.
That's true. That's true. No, Google's all right. Anything goes on YouTube.
If I do it, I might give myself a black eye. So I'm not doing it.
Or a belting wank. So.
Merry Christmas.
I meant to think that, not say it. Sorry. Nat Kids is how I got cancelled before Christmas. So that is it. So thank you to all of the panel. We will come round to all of them, see if they've got anything to plug, even if it is just their socials. We'll start with Santa's little helper, Dan Lyth.
You can find me at Dan Lyth. You can find me choking to death. Dan Lyth comedian.
That coconut's still in the back of your throat.
Yeah, it's still there. Dan Lyth comedian on Facebook. There's Dan Lyth on YouTube if you want to see some of my clips from my podcast, and if you want to listen to it, it's Soft Spot for Stand Up, and that's on Spotify and Amazon. Give that a listen.
According to my Spotify Wrapped, Dan Lyth's podcast was my most listened to podcast of the year. And I've got to be honest, it's only because I listened to the episode I was on several hundred times. So that's why. So it's
I do that.
You're on all of them. That must take you forever.
I know.
Yeah. Vix, we'll come to you.
I've got a podcast as well. It's called The Comedy Arcade. The Christmas special is out now. It's got Jenny Ryan from The Chase, who is brilliant, Esther Manito and Riggs. So it's a really good episode. We mentioned Dean Gaffney way, way more than anyone's ever talked about Dean Gaffney before. So yeah, that's the teaser. And I'm on @PRVix on Twitter or Vix Layton on Instagram, depending if you like more of a sass or image vibe. So yeah, all these outfits all the time. It's too much.
Excellent. We'll come to Benny.
Yeah, you can follow me on Benny Shakes Things Up on Facebook, and YouTube is Benny Shakes Things Up. We've got a podcast every day next week. They are all pre-recorded. But in February, I will be at the Leicester Festival doing Below the Belt, which is a disability awareness game show and half-an-hour show. So if you want to see more about Below the Belt with Benny Shakes, go on Facebook, because in February we are doing a pilot for Below the Belt to take to somewhere I can't say just yet, but we are ticketing 50 people to come and get filmed, to laugh and play along. So keep an eye open for that.
Okay. If it's Dave or Comedy Central, say nothing.
No, it's not them.
Oh, okay. Or isn't it? I don't know. It could be a double.
We won't know.
No. No, peak times. John, Professor John.
Well, I can't match the others at all because I'm hopeless at social media. I am on Facebook, but social media just doesn't go with me quill pen image. So I'm on Facebook as actually my real name, John Arnold. I never got around to creating a proper page. I should do. But I'm like Benny. I'm doing stuff at Leicester Comedy Festival. I'm doing a show called Who Let the Dons Out with my academic mate Harry Sanders, where we'll have excesses of academic pedantry. And that's at the Kyle restaurant in Leicester on the 6th of Feb, and also at the Needle and Pin pub in Loughborough on the 3rd of Feb. And because of my huge age, I'm allowed to take part in the silver stand-up competition for over 55s, and I'm bloody miles over 55, which is on February the 17th, I think, the day before my mum's 90th birthday. So it'd be a nice thing if I could do well in that for her.
Nice.
And yes, she is. And yes, she is still alive.
Well, that's answered the next question. That was well, I'm doing bits of Leicester myself. So fingers crossed, Omicron does one before then, and everything stays open. For many reasons. So I'll lose my bloody deposit if not. So with that in mind, thanks again to my panel tonight, Dan Lyth, Vic Slayton, Benny Shakes, and Professor John. And that is the last Awkward Question Time of 2021. So thank you to everyone who has watched throughout the whole year and everyone that has been on the show for the whole year. One way or another, we will be back in 2021, the frequency of which will depend whether or not there's a January lockdown. So keep them peeled. But until the new year, stay awkward.